Ah yes, the new Nintendo Direct is out. I wonder what new games they have in store for us this year. What's up guys, I just saw the recent Nintendo Direct today and I just was sitting there thinking that I had to make a video about my thoughts on the latest announcements of what's been on Nintendo Direct. So here I am making a video. So this is going to be the first time I do something like this where I make a discussion about what's been going on with in the Nintendo community or the gaming community in general. So I want this to be kind of a scene where I can talk about gaming news too. So hopefully hopefully that will be a thing in the future. So anyways, let's get started. So about my entire thoughts on the whole Nintendo Direct E3 thing going on here. So off the bat, it's as far as announcements go, it's nothing like too majorly surprising because I think it's mostly because the games that were announced were games that were announced already beforehand like teasers here and there, and of course, some people may have saw the stuff coming based on the fact, mostly based on the fact that the leaks, there are these quote-unquote leaks coming out there. Thank you guys, because way to ruin the surprise. Some people call it all coming, like Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Yeah, people. There were leaks about that on 4chan or something, and some dismissed it as fake, and some figured it was real. And then the next thing you know, somehow the leak ended up being true, and we ended up getting Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So I mean, yeah, I was like, when I first saw that, I was like, I wasn't really expecting that to come out, but wow. They are actually right. So basically, we actually did end up getting to see the Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Eevee remake, or like a Pokemon Yellow remake of some sort. But anyways, that's something I'll discuss about. I won't get into that right away because that was announced before this Nintendo Direct. Let's get into what's been announced or what stood out to me. So like I said, nothing extremely too surprising. It was stuff we knew beforehand, but except we didn't know much details about it at the time. So, okay, starting off the bat, let's build up. So, something that I did found interesting, I think what stood out to me the most this time around, is, first thing I'll bring up, we now got details on the new Fire Emblem game that's going to be coming out, which I saw looks pretty cool. Which didn't. So actually, this is, and from what I'm guessing, this is actually going to be basically the third Fire Emblem game that's ever been on a home console, or really home console hybrid, if you want to call it that. But although this is actually the first time that we've ever got something like that, because I think the last time we ever got it was the Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, I believe. Although I'm rough. I don't know a lot about Fire Emblem, but besides Awakening, Fates, and a little bit of Echoes, and I still haven't beat that game, so I still got to get around to that. And I think the display about the whole Fire. So I guess the new game is gonna be called Fire Emblem Three Doors. I really liked the presentation of how it looked in the trailer, and it looked really, and how it all looks pretty gorgeous. Of course, and it could be really interesting. And of course, there's still some things I don't know about. It's like we don't know much about about our main character. Is he like? I'm assuming this guy's like a silent protagonist or something, since he doesn't have a lot of dialogue. But I could be wrong on that. Maybe this guy could be like our so-called Avatar. I'm guessing. But that's what I've been able to get. That's what I've been able to get out of that so far. But overall, it does look a bit interesting. I'd like to see how. And I'm actually hoping it's pretty good. So the next thing I'm actually really looking forward to is, which I've known this was going to come out for a while, but it's actually a DLC for the game that I've been playing for a while now that I've been really hooked on, which is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That has been a game that I've been hooked on since Christmas. And it's been a really fun adventure so far. It had that Xenoblade, the original Xenoblade field, and I really loved all the characters in that game. And this game just has like its own little charm compared to what Xenoblade Chronicles did. And I really think it really had like a really great story. So and so far it has been my favorite game on the Switch so far. And it's direct, they have revealed of what the DLC story is going to be like, which if you had the seasons back for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you would know that there would be a story mode coming, but however, we know nothing about it until now. Which is, it's kind of funny because with Breath of the Wild's DLC, we knew there was going to be like extra story content, but we didn't know what it was going to be about. And then not much was revealed about it until the last DC, where they teased a little bit about it, about the Champions Ballet, and then eventually when it came near to the release date, we got the whole idea of the gimmick. But with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 though, they didn't do a teaser. It's like, no, they just went all out of what it's going to be. So basically, what's going on here, the new DLC for the new story mode of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is going to be called Torna, the Golden Country, and it basically goes back to the past of the game, which I won't go into much spoilers. Although then again, that whole trailer is a bit spoiler heavy if you have not played the game before. So if you saw that trailer and already knew what it was going to be about. What I was saying is like, if you haven't seen the game and played the game already and not know what happens in the game, oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of spoilers going on that you already didn't know about. Although, to be honest, some characters that were seen in there will probably already have been sort of spoiled because of the trailer. Because some things that were shown in the trailers for when the game was announced anyway. So yeah, and one thing I must note before tackling the DLC story for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I just want to make a note right there, a little small note when I first saw about with one of the characters in it, which was Adam, the original guy that wielded the Aegis. When I saw him on Hood, I was just like, now tell me if any of you can agree to this, to anyone that's played Fire Emblem. This guy, Adam, is it just me, or does Adam look like Takumi's son, Kiargi, or if I'm pronouncing it right, Kiargi, from Fire Emblem Fates? I mean, seriously, can you compare these two real quick? Because look at that. I mean, I'm telling you, this guy looks like Kiargi, Takumi's son from Fire Emblem Fates. I can't be the only one that thinks that. So yeah. Okay, so anyways, besides from that, basically how the gameplay works is actually different from the original story mode, or the original story from what we've seen. Basically, how it all worked with that, if you guys don't know, basically you play as the drivers that wield the blades, and you don't really play as the blades, and you swap between the three blades effectively to see how you can beat these enemies, right? And I'm guessing what they're going with here is actually going to be a lot different when you play Torna, the Golden Country. Basically, what I didn't think was going to be happening is you're actually going to be playing. Not only you're going to be playing as the driver, you're also going to be playing as the Blade too, and the driver has like his / their own weapon, which honestly I wasn't I didn't when they're going to be doing new story content, I didn't think we're going to be seeing something like this. That's pretty cool, which pretty interesting, and I think it's also pretty interesting. I mean, I had thoughts beforehand of what this DLC could be based on what I can figure out. Although there's some things I ended up being wrong about, but cool. And yeah, you get to play as all the past characters. So yeah, you got Adam, you got Laura, and of course you got Jen. And of course you could also be playing as Mithra too. That's awesome. So yeah, instead of her just following behind you, you can actually play as her. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then we got other characters that that were not known through the story, but of course we got the guy that looks like the Emperor of Mordane, basically his ancestor, and of course we also have Bridget and Aegeon. So we got a lot of good characters coming up there. And based on these cutscenes, I think the cutscenes are really cool. And I think this is going to be like a really good story content, which I mean, I really like this story. I really did like the whole story with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I really hope this little prequel adventure what I'm about to go through is really good, because from what I'm seeing, it looks really promising. So yeah, I am really looking forward to that. Which, by the way, I already have that DLC content purchased in advance. So all I got to do is wait till September for it to come out, and I will get around to playing it, which is going to be cool. Although I think another thing that I should make a note about, something according to the data mines, is that there's supposed to be 2 more blades coming for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Although they didn't announce. I'm honestly amazed that they didn't actually bring it up, because of course there's some people that data mined this. If you guys watch a Game Explained, if you guys were watching Game Explained, you would know that someone data mined this and found this information. So yeah, the surprise has been kind of spoiled. This probably was meant to be a surprise at the E3, but of course the data miners ruined it. Thanks a lot, guys. So yeah, I've been hearing according to the data mine. But of course, they did not reveal any of that. And I won't go into what the rumor is, good for you, or according to the data mine, good for you. But we'll get into the topic if it ever. But that's a topic I can get into if it ever comes up. But yeah, I think it's pretty interesting what we could see. And I guess what I'm also hearing is you can get a physical copy of that story too, which is something else I wasn't really expecting, but that's pretty interesting. So yeah, there's the DLC content. I am really looking forward to that. Okay, now let me get into the topic of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee and what my thoughts are on it, because I did talk about it a little bit in this video. So now Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So I know everyone's thoughts in the game so far. So far we've got positive feedback, and there's like that negative feedback. And surprisingly with me, I'm surprisingly alright with it. I mean, hey, it's a spin-off. It's a way to introduce Pokemon Go players to the traditional gameplay, which is pretty cool. And plus Pokemon Go integration. So, because why not? And hey, if you have Pokemon Go integration, that means you can already transfer some Pokemon that you already had. And yeah, and I think with this, and when it comes to Pokemon spin-offs, why I'm alright with it, because it's a new way of playing Pokemon, and it's pretty cool what you could do with the local players and doing it. And of course, there's people that are not pleased about the wild Pokemon battles, but because of how it kind of works in the way of Pokemon Go, except with motion controls. Yay! I'm using tilt controls. you know that kind of stuff. But But hey, my thoughts on it, I mean, don't really care for it, but then again, I mean, now hear me out. I mean, I don't think it's entirely a bad thing because it's a spin-off. I mean, why not? I mean, it's not like this was the first time where we've had a Pokemon game spin-off that looks like a main core game, but except it doesn't have like the wild Pokemon battles. I mean, have you seen Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness? They didn't have wild Pokemon battles, but instead the gimmick of that game was you steal it from them. At least the ones that look corrupted or something, or like the shadow Pokemon that you could catch. So it's not like you can steal any random Pokemon. It's just the ones that are the shadow-looking ones. So yeah, and plus, of course, I mean, it's a spin-off, and I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, I think it's a good way to get into the. I do think it's a good way to get into the whole. To get into games, but of course, again, it's Kanto. It's a journey back to Kanto, which, of course, everyone knows how the journey of Kanto goes, and you've probably played it at least 1 or 2 times already, or 3 times at that, or 4 maybe. I don't know. Although I mean, to be honest, I mean, unless you really want to count Gold and Silver, and Heart Gold and Gold Silver, because that's Gen 2. But this is just Gen 1. You had Johto's explored, so in a way, you've only. If you really want to think about it, you explored Kanto like 5 times now. Yeah. Interesting in that. Of course, I mean, should I really be surprised that they did something like this with Kanto? Because after all, based on how we got with Alola and with the Alolan, we got the Alolan form Pokemon. So you mean honestly, did you not think they would not do something like this? To be honest. Of course, the counters and how the counters work is pretty different. So, like I said, it's just a new way of Pokemon that they're trying out. And of course, I won't say anything bad about it until I get my hands on it. So, of course, but of course, so yeah, I mean, I don't think it looks. I mean, I think it looks pretty alright. I mean, I'm okay with it because it's a spinoff and it's another take on Pokemon. So, nothing pretty new. And yeah, and of course, and they also got the new Pokemon feature, which is something they also get that Pokeball controller, which is interesting because it's something that they've kind of already done before in the past, and something they technically haven't done yet, which is also pretty nice. Because you guys so people that played a Heart Gold and Soul Silver, do you guys remember back when they did the Pokewalker? Basically, you could take your Pokemon with you in that Pokewalker, and you can walk with it, and of course, catch Pokemon in this area you put it in with that Pokewalker. And when you put the Pokemon back in, it brings back this stuff and the Pokemon you caught in that with you. That was a feature they did back in Heart Gold, and something that they have not brought back in a while. So yeah. So basically, it may be a counter remake of something they've done twice, but believe it or not, Gen 1 was actually the only playthrough of Pokemon that I've never been through at all. I mean, I played a bit of Fire Emblem. Pokemon Fire Red on a ROM and Pokemon Yellow on my 3DS, and I'm stuck on Koga. So yeah, that's been like a really big challenge. Although, one thing I kind of find interesting that they do is like, so basically, I just recently found a screenshot of it on Twitter. Basically, what they're saying is, it's basically at the Brock's gym, and basically the referee's all like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you have to get a grass type or a water type in order to face this gym." Basically, it's telling you to go get a type effective to it, and it's basically telling you to get a type that's weak against his Brock's rock type, which is going to be something that's going to be going on for like every gym, basically, from what I'm guessing. I'm like, wow, it's obvious. So clearly, like old fans that've been getting this game so long, it's like, why can't we just face the gym, you know? have a bit of a challenge and face it and see what we could pull up against with it with just our number of ties. And plus, have you know, and plus, I mean that, and plus besides, let's be honest. There's grass and water are not the only types that are super effective against rock. Just between you and me, I don't see. It's kind of like the game's like babysitting you through all of this and telling you how to do things, which I prefer to. In a way, I kind of like to prefer how to figure things out on my own and not the game teach me how to do things. It's not my, and of course, how I'm seeing what they're doing is this is not really my style, and it's kind of cramping on it. I think that's kind of my problem with that. I do see that as a bit of a problem with how they're doing that. But overall, I'm willing to give it a shot. And sorry, sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, that is Pokemon. So yeah, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And by the way, I've barely played Pokemon Let's Go, so yeah. But I'm willing to give it a shot and give it a chance because I mean, it looks pretty good. Although, one more question before I'm finished talking with Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Pikachu, and Let's Go Eevee. I think I should mention one thing. So, if this is supposed to be a Yellow remake, and back in Yellow, there's a certain trio that was in that game. Real question is, I'm really wondering if Jesse, James, and Meow from the Pokemon anime is going to be in this, because if they are, then oh yes, I'm sold. I really like to see that happen again. I would really like to see that happen because why not? I mean, seriously, we're getting an anime cameo in the game, and I'm all down for that. I mean, hey, those guys are pretty cool. Please, guys. Seriously, you gotta put them in the game. I would really like it. I would really like it if you did. Okay, now as far as everything else goes, basically all it really is for the most part, but everything with the rest of it is basically a lot of new third-party games. Of course, Nintendo's getting pretty serious about the new party games. We got a lot of new deals coming on, and I believe there's another game called and there's actually one game that's actually coming out where Star Fox is going to be in that game, which is, I believe it's not the first time where there's a game that was not Nintendo where a Nintendo character was in it. I forgot what game that was, but I heard that Link was in one of them. Which, of course, that's pretty cool. We're getting pretty nice crossover stuff with Nintendo, so yeah, I mean, after all, we already got like stuff like Rocket League on there, and of course, Fortnite now. So apparently that's a thing now, which of course there's people that are like, oh my god, ew, why do you put Fortnite on there? It's nothing but a piece of crap and overrated trash. Why do you gotta put it in there? Nintendo, I hope Nintendo died and such. Well, I mean, seriously, but I mean, honestly, yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, Fortnite's on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, look, let's be honest here. I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, if they seriously want to put Fortnite on the Switch, okay. I mean, I don't care, but, you know, if they want to put Fortnite on the Switch, they can do it. It's not like they can't have it. What is the point of the hate of having Fortnite on the Switch? If they want to do it, they can do it, and plus, you don't really have to buy it. I don't know. It's like, people just trigger over the fact that it's going to be on there. I mean, of course, it just means there's just more play options for the game. So, yeah. Although apparently there's no crossplay with Sony, apparently, from what I'm hearing. It sounds like someone seems really salty about the Switch's success, if you ask me. Yeah, really salty. Okay, now, all that aside, I think the next part of this discussion is basically the one I saved best for last. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah, not Super Smash Bros. Switch, not Super Smash Bros. Deluxe, not a port of Super Smash Bros. 4. No, it's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah. And I was surprised. I was like really surprised at I didn't know what to expect from this. At all. Basically, there's a lot of things I didn't expect with the game. I mean, of course, we would have some of our newcomers and people returning, all that, and some characters don't return. But Ultimate, no. Oh no. They went out of the way and decided to bring in every single character from every previous Super Smash Bros. Into one game. They're all here. Everyone that has been DLC in 4, they're all there. Your Ice Climbers, Pichu, Young Link, Snake, Lucario, and Mewtwo. All your Melee dudes, they're all there. Even all your Brawl dudes are there too. Yeah, they got every single one of the characters in there. Like, holy crap. They actually include every single one in there. That is, I was not expecting that at all. So holy crap, they actually pulled it off. And we also did get a 2 newcomers too, which is we got our Echo Fighter Daisy. Because why not? And another newcomer that came out. And the newcomer came out. So you know how all there's people saying that really will never come in because he's too big? Well, no. Apparently really wasn't that big at all. He's actually pretty big enough to actually get in the game. And we dismissed this as a joke, really, for Smash, but oh, he actually made it now. Ridley's in the game now, and you all can play as him. And wow, I was not expecting that. Although, I am a bit disappointed though, because it's about a certain character. You know, Nintendo is denying his glory as always. And I think I need to pay respect to him. It is Waluigi. For many years, we were all anticipating, hoping that Waluigi would get his chance to Smash. But, like, time and again, it always fails the same way. Waluigi ends up in Super Sister and Brawl. We all wanted him in Smash 4, but they did it again. Made him a Assist Trophy. And this game, they went ahead and did it again. He's back to Assist Trophy. It's like, Nintendo, what is wrong? Why do you guys hate Waluigi so much? I mean, a lot of people want an in, and you guys and you guys are like denying his glory. Come on, guys. Waluigi is one of the greatest characters that you guys created in the Mario universes. Why can't you guys give him a chance? Ah, man. I feel like, at any case at this point, any Smash Bros. Game that he kind of is, he's probably never going to get in. I mean, come on, guys. Guys, start recognizing his potential. He exists. Please, all he wants is to be noticed. I guess some dreams don't come true, you know. Unfortunately. But overall, my entire thoughts and what I'm actually seeing with Super Smash Bros. Deluxe is that how they did things, how their gameplay mechanics, they changed up some like really small details, some major, and actually another thing to note about is the final smashes. Oh, a lot of them are really different, which I think is pretty interesting. Basically, instead of like your gimmicky final smashes, they're really more straight to the punch. As Sakurai quotes it. So Not really sure how I feel about it, but it looks interesting. I thought they look pretty cool and something pretty amusing at that. Although deep down, I think I will miss like all of those little charming ones like the negative zone or, the big gay dance that King DDD does. It's like it has its own little charm. It's like pretty weird at that, and people like that. And I think despite how cool these new Final Smashes will look, I think I would like really miss how they looked in the previous games because I really like that. But overall, basically from what I'm hearing with Sakurai saying that there's a chance there may not be a lot of new fighters coming in. So basically, I'm guessing this is like the sacrifice of what they did. I'm guessing this is like the sacrifice of what they did with in order to put all these characters you love in. I guess that's a bit of a price to pay because basically you almost got like a full roster or something like that. As far as I know, really and Daisy were the only newcomers we know. I don't know if any more are going to be in. Sakurai did say not to expect a lot, but I am looking forward to the new Smash Bros. Game and what it has to offer. I think the next thing I really want to know is what I really want to know is the modes that are going to be in it. Of course, we're going to have our classic mode and all-star mode, but something and this is something that I've expressed in my Super Smash Bros. Brawl's The Subspace Emissary Let's Play, which I'm doing right now, which I probably will discuss it more again when I get to the end of the Let's Play, but like I said, the Subspace Emissary, a story mode like that, something fun to do. I'm really hoping I really like it if they did something like that again. Because it would be really awesome if they did, because they never did it with the Wii U version, and it's kind of disappointed that it never got in. And it's something I felt like that's been missing. If they do it, that's going to be really awesome. And I really hope they do. Because it was something I really missed out on. And of course, it's going to be a way to, and I thought it'll be like a little way you can unlock the characters by playing through its story mode. It'd be pretty cool. I mean, you guys would have to agree with me, right? Because the Subspace Emissary is something I would really like, someone like the Subspace Emissary to see come back. Of course, we have no details on these modes right now, but I really hope they do bring it back. Although we will have to wait for more announcements of the Direct, but I really hope it ends up being the case because I would really love that to happen. Okay, so that's been everything I've got on the Direct so far. So I knew there's a bit more of announcements that were out on the Direct, but mostly those are like third-party games or games that I've never heard of that stood out to my interest. But yeah, I do know there's a lot of third-party games here, and overall, how I feel about the whole E3 discussion, this whole Nintendo Direct. This is only day one, of course, but of course, I'm sure there's going to be more announcements down at the Treehouse or something like that. Although I don't really know for sure. But overall, nothing really too surprising like that, or something crazy like that, or anything like that. Of course, we got our Super Smash Brothers. Everyone's excited about that. I'm excited about it too. And of course, there's the Let's Go games that I'm willing to give a shot. And of course, we now know about the Fire Emblem game coming out, and of course, Xenoblade Story Mode, which probably a few months from now, which I'm going to be looking forward to that because I already have that downloaded, so I just have to wait for it to come out, and then I'll get my update, and then we're ready to go. So yeah, I'm looking forward to. I really do look forward to what's coming soon, and of course, with all these awesome new games coming out at this point, I already need a new case because basically, with the case I have, all my games, I already that case can only hold up to 8 of my games, and they're already full. Wow. So basically, I already have 9 Nintendo Switch cartridges. So yeah, you can tell what I've got on me right now. So yeah, I need to. So I actually need to. So yeah, that will be something down the line, I guess. So yeah. So anyways, tell me what you find. Tell me what you're looking forward to the Nintendo Direct, and tell me what your thoughts were about the Nintendo Direct. And I hope I hope to do something like this again next time when we get more announcements and games where we can discuss stuff about this again. Which I kind of like. I wanted to be like a recurrent theme because my YouTube channel is mostly about gaming and Nintendo gaming, and I thought let's bring in some gaming news in the mix and give you my thoughts on it and see if there's people that agree with what I think with, because overall it's pretty interesting. Although there ain't a lot of thoughts I can give right now with most of these games because I mean we don't know a lot about it. But I can tell all I can give about it was the presentation of what they showed and what I think is pretty awesome about it based on with these games. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to what's to come. So yeah, so overall, I think we'll leave it at that. So tell me your thoughts of the whole E3 and how you feel about it. Disappointed, excited, I don't know, whatever, complaints or whatever, but leave it down in the comments, tell me what you think. We may not agree on some levels, but of course I honestly just want to see what you guys think, even though I may not agree or do agree with it. But so yeah, I will see you guys then. Oh, and don't worry, the next part of Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Brawl the Subspace Emissary is coming, but when I first recorded the original file for it, something happened to it, which I'll show you what I got, I'm gonna show it to you right now. So yeah, I have to go back and re-record that now because apparently that was a thing that happened. And hopefully once I re-record it, that won't be a thing again. That is all. See ya.